Hello guys, welcome back to Business Game, and today we're talking about Gears of War. Now for me, ladies and gentlemen, the last Gears of War I played truly was Gears of War Judgment. That was the last one I really bought before obviously I changed to PS4, so I haven't played Gears of War 4 or expecting to play Gears of War 5. But for me, personally, as someone who used to consider themselves a bit of a Gears fan, a bit of a Chainsaw Massacreist, if you will, I'm very disappointed with how Gears of War is going and how it's looking. First of all, as you can see on your screen, I've put the first trailer that Gears of War 1 was released with. The game had heart, ironically, for such a violent, gory game about war. It had interesting stories. It had Marcus Phoenix and the rest of Delta Squad and their issues with the war. It felt more like a World War One movie rather than this gory, gutsy game. Okay, it had a bit of aspects of that too, but underneath all that gore, curb stomping and chainsaw killing, there was these four guys who were dealing with emotional depth on the battlefield, and which I really enjoyed going through. The campaign had twists and turns. There's some iconic scenes from Gears of War 2, like this one you can see here, where Dom sadly has to end Maria. Not I say end, but obviously sacrifice his own wife because she's turned into something she's not. And especially in Gears of War 3, we saw that later with Dom passing, sacrificing his life so the rest of Delta Squad can continue their mission. These bits in these games really stuck with me. They are great scenes in the game. They were really well worked, executed. It felt like you were watching a movie rather than playing a game. And as well, the emotional depth, you felt connected when you've lost this character. You felt for Marcus because it felt like you've lost Dom. You felt like you've lost your bro, your gym buddy, or whatever their relationship is at this point in the game. Now compare that what we're seeing with 4 and this new one 5. I'm not really seeing it. I feel like it's forced, the emotional depth. You're forced to care about these characters in the trailers and gameplay that I've seen from YouTube criticers who play the game, and from the trailers that obviously the developers are releasing about the game as well. They're focusing on a lot of the multiplayer, and I get it. I know that's where games are going now. We just saw the official versus tech test gameplay trailer, which looks very multiplayer oriented. It's not like how we saw it before with Rendezvous with Death trailers and stuff like that about mostly the campaign. I get it, like I said before, games are focused more on multiplayer because that's where the money is. Obviously they're going to sell skins, maps and what have you to make sure people can buy more. So obviously their focus is on multiplayer for future Gears. But I feel like Gears has almost gone through this identity crisis in a weird way. I think you could argue the same happened with Halo when 343 came in. I feel like with Gears we're seeing the same, characters like Marcus making old and his son coming in to play the main character. It hasn't really worked well. They really are focusing on what the Locusts were, which I thought was cool, but I never really asked myself that question. I was more focused on Delta Squad and ending the Locust Horde, but this is where they're taking the game, and we gotta respect it in a weird way. But for me as a Gears fan, this isn't looking good. I'd rather see a different story, but that's just my opinions for now. Please like, subscribe and share.